let alone vaping. I think that this has become an issue for a lot of youngsters. I know that youngsters were target market, if you will. Hello, everybody. My name is Pej. I'm an interventionist that helps a lot of people with drug addiction, alcoholism, or mental health. I want to talk today about the youth that reaches out to me with addiction or addictive behaviors. Some of them that are just getting started, some of them that have already been started for a while, but they're still very young, and how it's affecting their lives and what's happening to their lives as a result of them experimenting or actually becoming full-blown addicts. Now, I will say this, a few years ago during the pandemic, I was asked to get into the TikTok space. And, I really used to think that TikTok was more geared towards teenagers. I didn't really know, what it was all about. But when I got on there, I took somebody's lead and I got on there. And to my surprise, not just nationally, but on a worldwide level, I started getting a lot of messages from a lot of youngsters, people that were adolescents, a lot of them that were between the ages of 12 to 17. They are not yet fully developed brain-wise, lifestyle-wise, emotions-wise. So when they were reaching out to me, they saw some of my videos, and I think because of the way that I film, where I don't tell people what to do, I just tell people my experiences or my professional background and how I've helped people with addictions, they thought it was a safe place to be able to come to me and message me. And often I would get various messages from teenagers who will often ask me about doing marijuana, smoking marijuana, doing carts, a lot of the stuff that's been popularized when it comes to the THC world, let alone vaping. I think that this has become an issue for a lot of youngsters. I know that youngsters were target market, if you will, by these companies that are selling the vapes and the juices and the various names that they have and the colors and the different designs that they have in manufacturing their products and distributing it. Now, how do you tell a kid not to vape when they're asking you? Like a lot of times that they're asking me this question of, should I be doing this? Like I think there's a question in their mind if this is a problem or if this is going to become a problem, or weed for that matter. And how do you tell a kid? Like, you just shouldn't do it. You can't it's not that easy. I think telling a kid don't do it is going to probably make them either say, okay, well, thanks for your advice, you sound like my parents, or basically say, okay, well, maybe that's what that guy thinks, but I'm not so bad and I'm just doing this here and there and I get good grades. I hear all these different excuses, but truly what I think is, a lot of kids, due to certain types of guidance that they have from various people around them, that could be from their friends as they see them, or some family members that are okay with them doing certain things, or some family members that partake with them doing certain things, it's going to make a person become who they are because they're influenced by certain people. I will have these remarkable conversations with some youngsters that have overcome their addiction at a very young age. Some of them will see my TikToks and say that they quit because of some of the stuff that they heard me talking about. I'll see them in public places where they actually tell me, they come up to me and say, I haven't smoked weed in 5 months. My life has completely changed. So I often commend those people. I tell them this is exactly why I do this. I want to be able to help people of all ages, races, creeds, colors, doesn't matter who they are. If they're having a personal struggle or, an internal struggle within themselves where they're not sure if they should be doing something, I just relate to them and I tell them, when I was your age, these questions would often cross my mind and I didn't know if I should be doing them or not. So I didn't ever have anybody that I could talk to, and I'm happy that you're reaching out to me. Now, do I know if they all stay the course? I don't know. I don't know if after a period of time of being sober, if they decide to start going back and trying things again or trying other things again, but to each their own. Often I will try to lead them in the direction of a support group, some type of recovery group, people that are their own age or some people that they can look up to, sort of like the big brother, big sister organizations that help people kind of be guided and find their path. In doing so, they can become part of a community where other people just like them were struggling at one time and they can get sober, and those that are leading by example can show them how to remain sober. I often tell youngsters too that you have the ability to rise above. That means that the people that are influencing you, that you think are cool, that you think that you can fit in with, if they're doing something and it's making you feel a way of sorts, if you will, you can always decide not to do those things just because you want to be part of the pack. You can always become the kid that they would label you as straight edge, but in my world it would be called sober. And these days, I believe that sober is more trendy and better and more fruitful for somebody's life, as opposed to being just another junkie in the making or addict that's currently active, you have the ability to tell those people that are around you, I don't do this anymore, so that when you actually change your life for the better and become more productive and do something with your life, when they're struggling and they want some help, they can come and seek guidance from you, especially if you're on the path of recovery. So if you're young and you need help and you don't know how to get sober and you would just like a voice of reason or somebody to listen or somebody to talk to for some guidance, you could always reach out to me. My number is 310-596-9356. My name is Pej. I'm the Interventionist.